Good evening, everybody. I am Anna Coviva of the International Admission Office here in LUMSA. We can go on directly with the presentation of LUMSA University. I try to share the video, the PowerPoint of our presentation. So this beautiful picture is the new library of LUMSA University. As you can see, we are in the part of ancient Rome, near Vatican City and the center of Rome. First of all, I want to express that LUMSA is a fully recognized university, so as a public university in Italy. LUMSA was founded in 1939 and it is the second oldest university in Rome. We also operate in Palermo, Sicily. We are inspired by Catholic values, but LUMSA is open to all religions all around the world and all people all around the world. We are a free university in the world. We are an academic excellence because we are tailored on the needs of the individual student. We try not only to prepare students for success with their career, but also to we try to be a guide and support in the job they will do in the future. We have a lot of students, around 9,000 students every year, and students from all over the world. LUMSA has 4 buildings in Rome. We are in the center of Rome, but all the buildings are near one-to-one because we want to maintain a direct contact with all the students that we have, because the student is the central part of our work and the main part of our work. So, as already told, we have around 9,000 students each year. We have 3 departments: the Department of Human Sciences here in Rome, the Department of Economic and Linguistics here in Rome, and another Department of Law in Palermo. But we have also postgraduate schools, 4 postgraduate schools, 1 master school. Master school is the school that offer a postgraduate courses, professional courses after the graduation school. We have also around 324 European agreements with university in Europe and 35 extra-European agreements. We have also 2,000 and more internships all around the world, because our students have the possibility to do internships during their studies, but also after their studies, to have facilities to find jobs after their graduation, after their studies. We have 9 bachelor's degree programs, 10 master's degree programs, 3 single cycle master degree program, and other doctoral degree programs, also in English. As already said, we have a lot of departments, departments of law, economic, politics, and languages in Rome, and Department of Human Studies here in Rome. As you can see in my presentation, in the Department of Law, we have a single cycle degree, that means the degree in law, for example. We have bachelor's degree programs such as social work and no-profit organization sciences, management and economics, linguistic and cultural mediation, political and international sciences. And we have also master's degree programs, always in the Department of Law, such as policies, administrations and innovation, management and finance, management and welfare policies and social services, international relations. In the Department of Human Studies, always in Rome, we have primary teacher education. We have also bachelor's degree programs such as education sciences, communication sciences, information and marketing, science and techniques of psychology. Then we have master's degree programs such as marketing and digital communication, communication, innovation and experience design, planning and management of educational and training services, psychology, psychology of work and organizational well-being. In Palermo, we have the big department of law. As you can see from this little picture, the sites, the location of Palermo is very ancient, a very wonderful location. There we have law, primary teacher education, but also bachelor's degree such as marketing and digital communication, business and economics, social work and no-profit organization sciences, education sciences. The master degree programs include management and economics, planning and management of educational and training services. Also, we have an international academic offer completely held in English languages. And we have 4 master degree programs completely offered in English. They are Management, Finance and Data Analytics, International Relations, Marketing and Digital Communication, Psychology of Work and Organizational Well-being. Into these masters, we have also the possibility to give students the possibility to have and to hold a double degree with one of our partner university. For example, for international relations, students can take a double degree with the University of Lille in France. In the master degree in marketing and digital communication, students have the possibility to have a double degree with EFAP Institute of Paris or with the Catholic University of Lyon in France. We have a lot of international agreements. Our International Relations Office offers to all students to do an experience in Europe, but also around the world, to have an Erasmus experience. So LUMSA students go abroad. They study there for at least 6 months or 1 year. They do exam there, and then they come back to LUMSA and they have the exams done completely recognized in their career. We have a lot of Erasmus agreements and 32 collaborative arrangements with other universities outside Europe. Undergraduate and postgraduate students can take part in these exchange programs, not only in Europe, but also in USA, in Canada, in China, in Mexico or Serbia, or in Brazil or in Argentina. Every year, LUMSA publishes a call for application to do this Erasmus experience in these wonderful countries. We have also PhD programs. PhD programs are in Italian, and they are education, languages and culture, innovation, health and well-being for the individual and the organization, Mediterranean studies, science of civil economy. And PhD completely offered in English is contemporary humanism. How it works, the application procedure in LUMSA. Students have to do an application online. We have a dedicated application form online. Students must apply with all the documents that they have at the moment of the application, such as, for example, curriculum vitae, a reference letter, motivation letter, a previous degree, if any, transcript of records, and any language certification. If the candidates are eligible, LUMSA will ask them to pay the pre-enrollment fee that is for all students, Italian and international students, of €100. And this fee permits to the students to participate in the selection. The selection generally includes two steps. One is the interview with the president of the course, and the other step is the language verification. So if, for example, students choose a master degree completely offered in English language, they have to send to our office their certification, like IELTS, TOEFL, or Cambridge. But if the students, for example, don't have a language certification, it doesn't matter, because LUMSA will verify their level of English through the Language Academic Center that is internal in LUMSA University. The level required of language is B2 for English, it's B2 for Italian. If the candidates pass all the mentioned steps, they will receive a letter of acceptance. If they are non-European students, as maybe you know, they have to do an application on University portal. They can do this application after the admission. LUMSA will validate this application, and then they can request the visa to the Italian embassy or Italian consulate of their country. After that, the students have delivered all the documents required for the admission, for the enrollment, they can be enrolled. Academic year, this year, in the academic year 23-24, starts on 3rd of October. For the scholarships and the fees, international students pay a fixed fee that is very cheaper to be a private university, because international students pay around 3,500 euro per year, divided in 4 installments. But all students can also participate in Lazio Disco Scholarship. Students can apply, generally in May, and they can win this scholarship and have the fee completely paid and also an accommodation for their study in LUMSA. LUMSA is a fully recognized university, so students can participate to all the scholarships that Italy and other countries in the world offers to students. LUMSA offers also comfortable student accommodation, because we have 2 main buildings with rooms. But students can also use our private service for accommodation. That is a team who allows students to find a private accommodation here in Rome, because as you know, Rome is so big. So students can have some problems to find accommodation, but our service is completely free, and we help students to find a good accommodation for everyone. In LUMSA, as already said, we have also an Italian language center. This language center is called CLIC. CLIC offers to all LUMSA students a lot of language courses in Italian, but also English courses, Spanish courses, Italian courses, German courses, French courses, and all other non-European languages, such Arabian, for example, or Chinese or Russian. It is important to learn languages during your studies in the university, because in the moment that you finish your degree or master degree, you are a perfect international student and you can work in the world, all around the world. We have also the possibility to have an association who helps students to take in contact with enterprises and agencies here in Italy, but also around the world, to find a good job after their graduation. LUMSA Talent Academy is an innovative project that provides a lot of activities and services that help students and graduates to entry in the employment market, with a job guidance that focuses on personal attributes. LUMSA Talent Academy organizes a lot of workshops with leading managers and experts in employment. LUMSA Talent Academy is a talent opportunity to understand corporate selection procedure and includes curriculum vitae engagement, mock interviews, job searches on social media, occupational trends analysis, and personal branding. Here in LUMSA, it's important to be together because when you enter in LUMSA, you enter in a very big family, a family who takes care of you. LUMSA University created a LUMSA sports group with a lot of sport. For example, 5-a-side soccer cup, rugby sevens memorial, LUMSA games, LUMSA cup in, for example, soccer, football, basket, tennis, and so a lot of other sports. We are also affiliated with the federation of these sports, like FIPA for volley, FEAR, CSC, CONI, and so on. Why choosing LUMSA University? Because students are situated at the core of the university. The teaching staff, but also the administrative staff, maintains a direct and ongoing relationship with the students. The programs, graduate, undergraduate, master programs, are designed to deliver specific high-level technical and cultural skills. LUMSA is not just an international recognized institution, but above all, is a place for personal development. University life provides many opportunities for debate and participation, to be together because we have an humanistic tradition, technological innovation, and Catholic roots that are the heart of our university. So, the presentation is closed. We are open to all your questions. You have to know that you are welcome in LUMSA University. You find our welcome office always ready to be near of your needs. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anna, for your presentation. I hope everyone enjoyed it. We already have a few questions already on the Q&A box. Remember, everyone, that you can find the Q&A box right here below in the Zoom menu, and you can start putting your questions. Okay, let's see. Okay. Here it says, is it expensive to study in Italy? How about the living costs?
The living cost, it depends on the cost that you are requesting for. For example, for an apartment in Rome, you can choose an apartment in the center of Rome. You can pay around 400 euro per month, for example, or you can go not in the center, you pay less, of course. It depends on the location that you decides to live, for which concern the costs like a European city, not more, not less.
Okay, thank you very much, Anna. Is there a limit in the number of admitted students per program?
There is an initial number of admitted students, but we often try to admit a lot of students, more than the fixed number, because we have a lot of buildings, a lot of location, and the students try their seat, find their seat. But we suggest, however, to students to apply as soon as possible. For example, in LUMSA, we have started the application in December 2022. Because we have a lot of requests. The selections will end in July 2023. So it is suggested to apply as soon as possible to find your seat.
Okay, understood. Thank you very much, Anna. Then, since we are talking to prospective international students tonight, I think this is a question that many of them might be thinking about. It says, do you offer online programs at LUMSA University?
LUMSA University is a frontal university, so we have students here in presence. Of course, due to the pandemic situation, we have offered also the possibility to follow online. And in this moment, in this academic year, for example, we have a mixed module. We offer programs in present and program online. We expect to have students all in presence. So the important is to remember that we are a frontal university. We want students here with us.
Yes, understood. Because even though it could be convenient for some students to have the opportunity to travel or to stay home while studying, the academic approaches and the learning experience is quite different when you are on class with the teacher, close to the teacher, have the opportunity to talk also maybe before or after the classes. Now the relationship makes a difference, right?
Okay, above all for the exams, because the professors need to see you, need to know you. It's important because in LUMSA, the particularity is that you know the teacher, you know your friends, you know the other committee. So it's important to be there, to know the reality of LUMSA, because you have to touch which is the study here, which is what is Rome, what is Italy. It's important to be here to have a real approach with the studies, with the reality of Rome.
Yeah, that's right. And plus, if I may, the city of Rome is absolutely fantastic. It's a place that you need to get to know if you have the opportunity at least once in your life.
It's a big luck to be here.
Of course. So another question related to this matter, maybe to the fact of being an international student. Before I read, I want to remind everyone that they still have time to leave further questions in the Q&A box, and we will make sure we answer them all. Here, another student asks, can I work while studying?
Of course, you can work. You have also the possibility to choose a program that is for worker students. So you can work and you can study, and it is a program designed to this particular student.
Okay.
You have to declare it at the beginning of your studies.
Okay. And what, just out of curiosity, what would be the main difference between a normal, let's say, a regular program and a program designed for worker students? Maybe the schedule is more flexible, or?
No, that the professor can send to the student who works, for example, more dispenses or pamphlets to study, because the worker students doesn't have the possibility, for example, to follow all the lessons, for example. So to apply to this gap, maybe the student has to study a specific pamphlets to cover this gap. So we find a mode to permit to the students who cannot follow all the lessons because he works to join a completely preparation to do the exams as well as the other student. Okay,
understood. Thank you very much, Anna. Another question says, how do the workshops work? Do we choose the topic, or we are assigned according to our courses?
Generally, it depends on the courses that you are following, but we ask the questions of, we hear the questions of all students. So if the student has a specific need for this, we try to guide the students on the workshop that he prefer.
Okay, understood. Thank you very much. Okay, another question says, very similar to the previous one, do the courses include project teamworks or real case studies?
We have the project. The courses at LUMSA are not project teamworks. Do you mean?
Yes,
you
project,
mean? Okay.
Yes,
yes. We have a lot of teamworks in our programs. For example, the master degree in marketing and digital communication that is full of international students in one of the best choices. We have a project work laboratory. So the students often do teamworks and they do presentation. They do a lot of interesting works together. Very, very important.
Okay. Okay, and do these teamworks, they occur maybe in with real cases and in companies where you have partnerships with?
Yes, both of them. We have a lot of laboratory works. For example, we have had in the past years, but also during this year, a group that went to the European Commission to present their case study. They studied law, and so they simulated a lot of criminal justice moment, and they went to the European Commission to present their work.
Okay. Yes, and this is very interesting because it's a way to show your talent to
Yes.
maybe future employers, or to start doing some networking, which is key at the moment of go to look for a job, right?
Yes, of course.
Thank you, Anna. Okay, here another question is, in which industries do alumni find job opportunities the most?
A lot of industries. It depends on the topics. We have communication industries, marketing industries, but also economic industries, design industries. It depends on the offer. Generally, in our LUMSA Talent Academy, participate all industries all around Italy and the world.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Anna. Here another question says, what are the requirements? I have the IELTS 6.5 score, and next year I'll get my bachelor's diploma. And can I enter to the university?
You can enter in the university if you demonstrate a B2 level of English. Your IELTS certification will be valued by our language center, and if it joins B2 level, you can pass the selection. The bachelor degree diploma, if your bachelor degree, generally the rules is this: if your bachelor diploma gives direct access to master degree programs in your country, you can enter also in a master's degree in LUMSA University. Of course, we will require a lot of documents, or a series of documents that we can value to demonstrate that you have a valid bachelor diploma.
Okay, thank you, Anna. Do we have an email address they can write you? They have specific questions, because each case, especially we're talking to a public for so many different countries, each case will have a different situation. So
of course, I am writing just now.
Okay.
It's international.admissions@lumsa.it. That is the welcome office. Well, LUMSA or other students can write to do all the questions that they have. And this is the office that guides students step by step during the admission process. They cannot lose their self.
Okay, yes, thank you very much. So everyone, you can see now on the chat where Anna wrote the email address. It is very important, Anna. I'm pretty sure you will agree with this. If you're an international student, to start asking your questions and gathering information in advance, because the sooner you start, the better it is, because you may encounter so many bureaucratic steps to do, and it's always better to do it sooner than later. Is that right? Do you agree, Anna?
Yes, yeah, I agree.
Thank you. Okay, we still have more questions, but to the participants tonight, if you want to, if you have any questions, anything pops up, you still have time to put them on the Q&A box. So, going on, Do we, here it says, are there any specific services to help international students to find a place to stay? If they write to this email address, will they find help specifically to find accommodation in Rome?
Yes, I invite students to write their needs and their questions to this email address, because in this way we can guide you through the offices that are in charge of each problem, of each question. There is a specific and dedicated services that helps students to find accommodation, a private accommodation in Rome, by sharing, for example, the apartment with other students. And we have also LUMSA Residences Office that can offer some rooms in LUMSA. In LUMSA, we have not so many rooms, but we have a lot of solutions for each student. So it depends, of course, to the rapidity with which they do the application, with they do the selection.
Okay, so again, also in this case, the sooner the better, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Let's see, this question you already answered it a little bit when we talked about the different industries the alumni find a job in, but this one is a little bit more specific. What type of jobs do students get after graduating for their masters?
Of course, it depends on the master degree or bachelor degree that they study, but generally we prepare students to be manager in the reality, manager or psychologist. For example, if they study psychology, they can do the psychologist in the real life, or they can be very good communicators if they do communication sciences. They can be a very good lawyer if they study law. So they can work in the justice court if they study law. It depends, of course, on the field of their studies, but all LUMSA students are generally completely occupied after their studies. So we can say that LUMSA prepares very well the students.
Okay, that's very important. Thank you very much. Another question says, who are your partners in Asia?
If you mean recruiter partners or other partners, because we have recruiters partner and we can address to him if you need some help, specific help to the application online, for example, or we have also agreements with other universities. But for this, you have to write to our international admissions office. We can guide you through the specific requests.
Okay, and I'm not sure what the question is referring to, but do you have partnerships with other universities or some companies in Asia?
Yes, I think so. The office in charge is the International Relations Office, and so you can face with this office to know which are the specific universities, because you have to know that the agreements change every year. So to be updated about the agreements that we have in this specific moment, you have to write to the International Relations Office to have this particular knowledge.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Anna. Another question is, how many international students do you have? I'm worried I might not integrate if I don't speak Italian.
No, we have a lot of international students. You have to know that in these few years, we have increased a lot the international students here in LUMSA. We have a location, for example, here near my location that is completely full of international students. And we have Asiatic students, American students, Australian, Chinese, European students, all around the world. We are full of international students. The number, we have not a specific number because it increased a lot month by month, because we have students that arrives always.
Okay. And I don't know if this is some information you have. Do these international students usually stay in Italy, or they move from
Yes.
Europe, or they come back to their home countries?
No, I think that the international students like too much to be here with us and in Italy. So when they arrive, they are happy to be here. And they, of course, they come back to their countries during the holidays, for example. Or so they prefer to be here and finish the study here with us. Generally, also international students are also very proud students. So, for example, in the first year of their studies, they decide to go in the Erasmus programs. So they are studying here, but they want to go also in Europe. They do a semester in Europe and then come back here in LUMSA and finish their studies. But generally, they want to be there, to be here with us.
Yeah, I understand completely. Again, the beauty of Rome is easy to it's easy to leave. So another question, I guess this is the student that asked the question before about the requirements. One more question: with the bachelor's diploma in economics, can I study computer science IT for my master's degree?
Computer science, but for management and finance, it's better to have an economic competence before. However, the professors of this master degree is open to value all the career of the students. So generally, it requires to see the transcript of records, of the academic records, and it values if in these exams that the student has done before, there is the competence to begin a new study in management and finance. So we are open to value all the career.
Okay. Okay, this is good to know. Again, for this student, maybe he or she can write to the email we put on the chat to evaluate the personal situation. So, what about the Master of Science in Psychology of Work? How much is related to the management world and to the psychology line?
Both of them, because the students who study psychology of work can work, for example, in a big enterprise and to do the manager of human resources. So in a management world, but he can do also a psychologist because he is ready to do to value all the psychology in the world. So both of them.
Okay, it's a very balanced,
master degree.
Okay, thank you. Then about the Master in International Relations, how many times will you face real debates on real issues? What skills do you acquire to work internationally?
How many times will you face real debates? Often, but it depends on the teacher, on the professor. Generally, each professor wants to hear debates or real issues. So I think a lot. For which concern the skills, generally we want that the student has at least 2 knowledge of languages. The main languages is English with the level of B2, and then we require also a second European languages at least with B1 level. However, if the students, for example, doesn't possess a B1 for the second language, we ask the student to study the second language during these studies in international relations, so he can cover this gap during the master studies.
Good. And related to this, do the students to certificate their level of English or third language, do they need to have a language certification, or do you test that during the admission?
If the students have the language certification, we value the language certification. If they don't have, we will test their level through our language center.
Okay, that is actually very useful. Thank you, Anna. Another question: would it be possible to apply for a program about international relations after a biochemistry degree related to science?
we have to see the transcript of records, because the professor, all the professor wants to see the exams that the student has done during the previous career, but also the experience that the student has. Because, for example, we have students that didn't give some exam for the competence in the new master degree, but they have had a job experience in this field, and so they can be accepted. So we have to value the exams done, but also the experience that the student has. We are open to all the students that want to apply, but we have to value the career.
Okay, always the advice to write with a specific case to international.admissions@lumsa.it. You will find, if you want to copy the email address, just make sure you got it right. You can find it on the chat, so you can copy and send your email whenever you desire. We still have a few minutes before we finish the Q&A section. So if you have any questions in mind, this is the time to put them on the Q&A box. So another question says, what is the biggest challenge to face when moving to Rome? I'm pretty sure, and working so closely with international students, you already have an answer for this. What do you see in the international students that they let's say struggle a little bit when they arrive to Rome?
No, when they arrive, they are happy to be guided through their arrival, because, as you know, when an international student arrives in Rome, it can be a bit disoriented. So we try to guide the students through, for example, the request of residence permit, to open a bank account, to find a good accommodation. The service of the welcome office is very close to the students, because we understand the difficulties to arrive to a new country. So we try to be the best for them.
Yeah, I think that's really helpful. Anyway, I find that the Italian people is very welcoming, very open, very warm. So I'm pretty sure that our international students tonight won't have any major problem by feeling welcome and integrated in the LUMSA community.
Yes, I agree.
So we arrived to what many of our participants tonight would like to know. Do you offer scholarships to move to Rome?
Yes, because LUMSA is a fully recognized university. Each student can apply generally in May, so we are next to May, can apply to this scholarship.
Okay, she's put it on the, okay, right.
Students can apply personally, and they can apply for this scholarship that is a regional scholarship. Students can win also the fee and can win an accommodation. In LUMSA, it works in this way. If the student is a winner, the student has to pay the fees, but at the end of academic year, LUMSA will refund the student.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Anna. And yeah, the next question that we had is how to apply for the sports scholarship. Would they find the information on the same website, or is there anywhere else they can?
There is not a specific sport scholarship. I think that the scholarship Lazio Disco gives a lot of possibilities. So the suggestion is to visit this website as soon as possible to find all the possibilities that Lazio Disco Scholarship offers. Here in LUMSA, you can do sports in a very economic way, because we ask very just to be there, just to be ready to do sports. We don't ask a lot of fees, but you can ask for information to LUMSA Sport United to know as it works. However, you can do sport freely.
Yes, I'm pretty sure the university offer a lot of possibilities to do extracurricular activities, and sports are very important a very important activity for the health of our well-being of the students, and also as a way to integrate the LUMSA community, I guess.
Yeah.
It is. Okay, so we don't have any more questions on our little Q&A box at the moment, unless any of our participants tonight have any last-minute question. So Anna, if there's anything you would like to add at the end of this presentation, anything you would like to advise to our prospective students tonight?
I want to suggest to write to our email address, because if you have doubt or simply if you want some information, we are at your disposal. It's important that you find the good university for you, and when you have chosen the university, you be in contact directly with the office in charge, because you need to be oriented, you need to be guided, you need to be supported. If you choose LUMSA University, you find us always, of course, so you are welcome. We wait for you if you want.
Of course, and plus there, not in every university you have the opportunity to have a team dedicated to orient you, to help you on your arrival when maybe you're a little lost and need a friendly hand to guide you. So just something, an opportunity not to miss. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Anna. Thank you to all our participants. If any of you would like to see this presentation again, just remember that tomorrow you will receive the registration on your email for you to watch it again. And also, if you'd like to share with your friends, if you would like to request a certificate of attendance issued by Doxity, you can send your request by email at webinar@doxity.com, specifying the webinar you're referring to, your first and last name, and the email address you used to register for this presentation. My name is Lucia from Doxity. It was a pleasure to moderate this webinar. Thank you very much to our speaker, Anna Quaviva, for all your precious information. Thank you very much to all our participants who joined from so many countries around the world, and we expect to see you again on the next webinars. Have a nice day.